Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with a quick review of the AllPowers R600 portable power station. This product is perfect for your next camping trip, or if you own an RV, or you're just looking to take a little extra power with you when you're away from home to charge and operate all of your thirsty portable devices. And AllPowers has built a unit here that incorporates all of the latest technological advances in power stations, so you're buying a product that really is special when compared to other units on the market. And I'll get into all of that in a minute, but I always like to start off with an unboxing of a product just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and that way you'll understand exactly what you get if you decide this product's right for you. And then I'll dive into the specifications and explain how you charge it, how you can discharge it with products connected to it, what kind of battery chemistry is inside, all the things that you should care about when you're comparing this unit to others you may be considering. I'll also take a closer look at the unit and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. And then I'll come back one more time and point out a few things that really separate the R600 from all the other portable power stations on the market. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find the R600. It weighs 12.8 pounds. It's got a beautiful handle on the top right here. Makes it really easy to take it along. But being that light, you can pretty much take it with you anywhere, but it has a lot of power packed into it, so you can charge and operate a ton of devices off the product. Also included with the kit is an AC cord for charging it at home. Now, you'll notice there is no external charging brick like a lot of the portable power stations come with, and that's because AllPowers has built that AC to DC conversion circuit inside the unit. And the reason that's important is, number one, those external bricks are not that efficient. You're going to waste a lot of energy charging those other portable power stations. But more importantly, that unit externally can fail over time. And if it fails, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to find another unit that's compatible with your portable power station. Also, by having that circuit built into the unit, they can greatly speed up the charging cycle, whereas most of the other units of this size can take 4 or 5 hours to charge. With this one, you plug it directly into your home outlet and you can charge the unit in about an hour's time. And if you think about that, you're getting ready to head on your camping trip. The last thing you want to do is sit there and watch a unit charge or charge it overnight. With this one, you can plug it in, go have some coffee. By the time you're done with your coffee, the unit's fully charged. They also include an external cable for using a solar panel. So it's got MC4 connectors here and a standard connector on this end that plugs into the side of the unit. If you're using a portable solar panel when you're out there camping, just plug it in here. You can charge the unit directly off it. The unit also has an MPPT circuit built in, which is important if you're using a solar panel because that circuit will regulate the voltage and current coming from that solar panel to safely and quickly charge the internal batteries. You can also charge this from your car. Now, it doesn't include a car cable, but that's a very standard cable that has the standard car connector on one end and this same connector on the other, and they're available everywhere. They also include a really nice pouch to put all the charging cables in so you can keep everything organized. You'll find a warranty card. You'll also find a full instruction manual that explains everything you could possibly want to know about the R600 so you understand how to use the unit. And I always recommend reading through that manual because even though it's a really easy unit to use and you'll figure out most of its features on your own, reading through the manual will speed up that process and make sure you don't miss any of the advanced features this product can provide. All right, so let's talk about the unit itself. Any portable power station on the market really has 3 criteria that you need to consider. How do you charge it? What kind of battery chemistry is inside the unit to hold that charge? And then once you have that battery charged and you're out in the field on your camping trip, how do you use that stored energy to charge and operate all of your external devices? So let's start off with some basic specifications. The unit has 299 watt-hours of internal capacity, which provides a 300-watt external charging and operating capability that can surge to 600 watts. Now that surge is important because if you're going to plug something in like a drill or a fan or, I don't know, a blender, those have motors inside, and when that motor first turns on, it's going to draw a lot more current than it does when it's running. So if you plug a drill into most of the portable power stations on the market and you hit the trigger, it may draw too much current when it first spins up for the unit to support. With this one, between 300 and 600 watts means that I can plug a drill in, I can plug a fan in, not have to worry about drawing extra current out of the unit. So up to 600 watts of external charging and operating capabilities off the AC. The unit, like I'd mentioned, weighs 12.8 pounds, which I think is a really nice weight. There are larger units on the market that have bigger capacities, but when you think about what you're going to use this for, dragging along a unit that has more capacity but weighs twice as much means you've got this really heavy thing you're taking out in the field. And I promise you, if it's a couple of days of camping or you're out there for a week on a hike or something, you're going to probably bring that larger unit back with 50% of its power still in it, and then you've carried this big heavy thing along and you're not using all the energy. So having a unit here that has about a 600 watt maximum output, 299 watt hours of internal capacity means you can charge and operate pretty much everything you're going to bring along on the camping trip and bring it home almost empty, but have plenty of power to keep those items charged out in the field. All right, so you can charge it a couple of different ways. Like I'd mentioned, you can charge it off the AC at home with the AC kit. You can charge it off a solar panel. You can charge it off your car. I like the AC charging on this one because one of the big innovations that have happened in the last couple of years is taking that external AC to DC circuit, which is that big brick that most power stations use, and building that into the unit. And again, by doing that, they improve the efficiency of that product up to the 90% range, which means you're not wasting any energy while you're charging it, but more importantly, it speeds up the charging cycle so you can charge this unit fully in about an hour. And that's absolutely incredible for a unit this size to be charged that quickly. So I recommend using the AC. With the solar panel, you can use a larger solar panel and charge it in about an hour and a half. But again, that really depends on how you have that solar panel facing, how much sunlight's hitting the surface of that solar panel. Really, are there clouds in the area? So there's a lot of variables there you can't control. But I love the fact that I can set up a portable solar panel, drink in that sunlight, turn it into electrons to charge this unit for free when I'm out camping. So I'll charge it at home. I'll take it with me to the campsite. I'll set up my portable solar panel and I can recharge it when I'm out there in the field. So virtually, I can run this thing forever by using that solar panel to charge it. I can also charge it, again, they give you the cable for the solar panel. I can also charge it in my car by simply plugging it into an outlet in the car and plugging it into the side of the unit. So I've got 3 different ways to charge it. Let's talk about the battery technology, because this is another area that has dramatically been improved in the last couple of years, and a lot of portable power stations on the market are still using older technology in the battery chemistry. So the standard battery that's been in a unit like this for years and years is called lithium polymer or LiPo technology, and it works okay. That's what you'll find in your phone, some tablets, some other portable devices use LiPo technology. And the challenge with LiPo batteries are that they don't hold the charges long, so if you charge them on a Monday, they're going to decay over the week's time, and by the time you head out on the camping trip that weekend, it may be at 80% and you haven't even used the unit. They're also terrible in hot weather and cold weather. You can actually damage the batteries if you try to use them when it's too cold or too hot. So they're kind of limited in where you can use them in a portable power station. This unit uses lithium iron phosphate batteries, which is the very latest battery chemistry. It has a much better retention on it, so you can charge it on a Monday. It's going to hold on to that charge for a week, 2 weeks, and not decay. But the big difference is it's really good in hot weather and cold weather. So when you take this out on a camping trip, you're not going to have to worry if you're out there and a frost descends on your campsite. You're not going to have trouble with your portable power station. With those other ones, they may be dead at that point, or you may damage them by trying using them. So it's got the latest battery chemistry. The other big difference between LiPo technology and lithium iron phosphate is the recharge cycles. With lithium polymer technology, you might get a couple of hundred charge or recharge cycles out of it, which means you're going to get a couple of years of use. With lithium iron phosphate, it's well over 3,000 recharge cycles. So if you do the math in your head, if you were to charge it once a day, and you're not going to do that because you're not going to take it out every day, but if you charged it once a day, that's well over 10 years of use with this unit, so you're not going to have to worry about the batteries going bad. All right, so it's easy to charge at home, in your car, with a solar panel. It's using the latest and greatest battery chemistry. Now that I've got this big battery charge that I'm out in the field, how can I distribute that power to all the devices I need to use it with? All right, so let's start with the type of connections you normally find on a portable power station. Typically, there'll be an AC connection, a DC connection like in your car, and a USB set of connections like you'll use with a wall charger at home. This unit has all 3, but it has a 4th one. There's a wireless Qi charger on the top. So if you've got a phone or a tablet, game console, earbuds, anything that can charge wirelessly, just drop it on the top of the unit. No cables needed. Drop it up top there. It'll just start charging like it does at home. So you've got AC like at home, DC like in your car, USB like at home with a charger, and a Qi charger on the top. So they're really thinking of everything. So let's talk a little bit more about the AC charging. On the front of the unit, you'll find 2 full-sized AC outlets right there. Both of those outlets are 3-prong outlets, so anything you plug in at home, you can plug in there. Both of those outlets together provide between 300 watts and 600 watts of external power that you can use for drills and lights or anything you plug in, your laptop charger, whatever you plug in at home, plug in there. As long as you keep it under 600 watts, you're going to be perfectly fine. Now, a big technological innovation this product incorporates, which you may not find in other portable power stations, is the fact that that AC is 60 hertz, just like in your home, 120 volts like in your home, and it's a pure sine wave. And that's a big difference because a lot of portable power stations use a modified sine wave, which is more of a square wave or a triangular shaped wave. Sine waves are really important, especially a pure sine wave if you're using any kind of sensitive electronics, because a lot of the electronics nowadays rely on the AC current to provide the clocking for the internal clock on that device. And if you're using a modified sine wave, like a lot of those do out in the field, that can really mess with the electronics inside. So knowing I've got up to 300 watts steady state, 600 watts surge with a pure sine wave means it looks just like my home outlet. I can plug it in and not have to worry about having any issues. All right, so let's talk about the DC. Just like in your car, you'll find a full-size DC connector up top there. So anything you plug into an outlet in your car, you can plug in there. That DC outlet will provide 12 volts at up to 10 amps, which is a lot of current for DC. So you're not going to have any problems at all running a car charger in there, or if you've got a charger for your drone batteries, your game console, your laptop, plug it in there, you're going to do just fine. There's also two 5521 ports on there. Those are DC direct connect ports as well, and they'll provide 12 volts. Again, the three together will provide up to 10 amps of current externally, and those 5521s are really handy because you can find cables on the market to directly connect from a 5521 to your laptop, to your game console, to your DVD player. They even make adapters where that'll convert it to another DC port just like this one. So you could essentially pick up two of the cables that convert it to a DC port, plug them in, and you'll have three DC ports on the unit that you can use at the exact same time that'll all have about 3 1/3 amps of current at 12 volts. So it's a lot of 12 volt output there that you can use again to charge and operate your devices. But where this thing really shines, and this is really important, is in the USB charging, because most of the devices you're going to take out on a camping trip, your deep GPS locator, your phone, your tablet, your camera batteries, your drone batteries, I don't know, a lot of other things charge off of USB. There are typically two types of USB connections. USB-A, which is the older style, it's the larger style that we've been using forever, and the newer USB-C, which is the smaller port, and that's used on a lot of newer devices like phones and tablets and drone batteries. This unit has all types of USB. There are two full-size USB-Cs, which are the smaller ones, and two full-sized USB-As, so you've got plenty of ports to plug in all of your portable devices. But here's where it gets really important. The USB-A ports on this are intelligent ports. They're quick charge ports, which means once you plug something in that's got the QC or quick charge standard on it, the port will recognize that device as a quick charge device. It'll interrogate that device to figure out what the current charge level is, and it can adjust the voltage and current on that port to quickly and safely charge that device independently. So each of those USB-As can look at different QC devices and adjust as needed. The same thing happens on the USB-C ports, but those are PD or power delivery technology, which again, if you have a newer phone and you're plugging it in there, it'll check that phone, it'll see what the charge level is, and it adjusts its voltage and current to charge that phone or tablet or whatever you're plugging in quickly and safely. So you've got 4 ports that are all smart ports, both QC and PD, which means anything you want to charge quickly, you can plug in and charge it safely. The other big difference is the USB-C ports on here are 100 watts. Now, most portable power stations on the market may not use quick charge ports, they may not use PD ports, they probably don't give you any more charging current than say 30 watts or 50 watts or maybe 65 watts. Having 100 watts of output means you can directly charge a laptop, you can directly charge drone batteries, big consoles, big tablets, all the things you're going to take out in the field to enjoy on your camping trip. You'll have no problems plugging them into those USB-C ports and fully charging those devices. So overall, this product is really smart about the way it looks at external devices, and the ultimate difference between this and a lot of other units is the fact that there's a battery management system internally on this device that not only controls the charging current to charge the internal batteries to give you the best longevity out of them, but also controls how that voltage and current from those batteries is distributed to external devices. Because if you think about it, all the things you're going to connect up to this are way more expensive than this product. So if you don't have an adequate battery management system inside, you could damage all that portable electronics out in the field. So this unit has got a lot of brains inside to protect against things like over voltage, over current, over temperature, under temperature, all the things that would damage the internal batteries or possibly damage your external devices. The product's looking for anything that may damage those devices, and it shuts it down immediately. So very sophisticated battery management system. And then the last thing I want to mention is they thought to put a courtesy light on the front, which I think is great, because you've got a battery here and you're out in your tent and something's rustling around, you're not sure what it is inside the tent. If you tap this button, the light comes on. So you can actually throw a little bit of light like a flashlight with you when you're out in the field. So I think they've done a wonderful job on this product. And again, it's got multiple ways to charge it. It's got the latest battery chemistry built in, and it's got multiple ways to use that charged energy to charge and operate all of your external devices. So everything you need, including a wireless charger on the top, is built into the unit and you're ready to go. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit and explain the ports and indicators, and then I'll come back with a couple of thoughts at the end to really explain why this really is different than most of the other units you may be considering. On the front of the units where you'll find all your connections, starting in the upper left, you'll find DC connections right here. This is a full-size port just like in your car. To the left of that are two 5521 connections that you can use an external cable to convert these to another DC port or direct connect to a laptop or other device that can charge off 12 volts. Together, these three provide 12 volts at 10 amps. Below that are two AC ports. Both of these are three-prong outlets. These provide up to 300 watts of steady state, 120 volts, 60 hertz power. You can surge up to 600 watts, and these are both pure sine wave. To the right of that are all the USB connections. There are two full-sized USB-A ports on the bottom. These are both QC ports that'll adjust the voltage and current to charge a device safely. Above that are two USB-C ports right here. Both of these are PD ports, which again is a smart port that will quickly charge your devices, and they can provide 100 watts of output. Above that is a courtesy light, and that's really handy if you're in a tent and it's dark at night and you need a little extra light. Now, to turn the unit on, you can tap this to turn on the DC. You can tap this to turn on the unit itself. You can also turn on the AC right over here. So you'll notice the indicators come up letting you know what circuit is currently on. Now I've turned on the DC, and I've got indicators across the top. You'll see that I'm at 84% right now as far as battery capacity goes. It also has a really nice ring on the outside that lets us know where we're at as far as charging goes. It's giving you indications on how much current you're putting into the unit when you're charging it and how much you're drawing out of it when you're taking current and charging external devices. If you'd like to turn the light on, just tap that button. That'll turn it on. Then I can turn it off right there. So it's a pretty straightforward unit to use. On the bottom of the product, you'll find 4 rubber feet that help to protect the surface you set it down on. And if we look at the one end, that's where all the connections are made to charge the unit underneath this hood. So once you open up this door, you'll see an AC port right there. You can use the AC charging kit for your home. There's a circuit breaker in the middle. If you inadvertently short something out or draw too much current, you may pop that breaker. You can simply tap it to reset it. To the right of that, you'll find a DC port, and that's used for both the car adapter and if you're going to charge through a solar panel, simply plug it in there. Again, the advantage for AC is that the converter is internal to turn the AC into DC to charge the batteries, and that greatly speeds up your charging cycle. Finally, on the top of the unit, you'll find a really comfortable handle right here that makes it easy to carry it around, as well as a wireless Qi charging port right there that can output 15 watts of wireless charging capabilities. So you can drop your phone on top there, your earbuds, anything that charges wirelessly uses the Qi standard. Just drop it on there and it'll charge that device. I hope that closer look was helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the AllPowers R600 portable power station to other products you may be considering. The first has to do with the charging circuit. Again, I'd mentioned you can charge it from AC, you can charge it from a solar panel, and you can charge it from DC. It's important any portable power station you're considering gives you multiple options. The best part about the charging cycle, though, is that there is no external charger. You're basically plugging this directly into a wall outlet, which means you're getting a better efficiency out of the charge. It also charges it quicker. So when you're comparing this to other portable power stations, I can fully charge this unit in about an hour's time. Most other portable power stations that are this size or this capacity could take 3 or 4 hours to charge, so major advantage there. The batteries are the latest battery chemistry in the market. They're lithium iron phosphate, which gives you more charge cycles, longer retention of that charge, and they operate really well in hot and cold weather. You'll get well over 3,000 charge and discharge cycles out of those batteries, which means you'll have this unit for a decade or more and not have to worry about the batteries going bad. As far as the output goes, you have AC output, DC output like in your car, you have USB output, and you have a wireless Qi charger on the top. Most other portable power stations may give you all three, but they limit the number of connections, and they may not include a wireless charger. That wireless charger is so nice because if you forget a cable or you're short a cable, just lay your phone on the top of it, and it'll charge your phone, it'll charge your earbuds, it'll charge some game consoles. So I like that wireless charging. Now, as far as the AC goes, 2 AC outlets, both of those provide up to 300 watts of 120 volts at 60 hertz, and it's a pure sine wave output. output. A lot of other portable power stations are using modified sine wave outputs and nowhere near that current, so you've got plenty of connections up front. They're also 3-prong outlets, which again, most of the extension cords are 3-prong. As far as the DC goes, you have a full-size DC connector like in your car, 12 volts at 10 amps. You have two 5521s. You can use extension cables to connect those to portable devices. You can also convert those to other DC connections if you want. All three of those together will provide 12 volts at 10 amps, which is a lot of current for DC. As far as the USB goes, you've got 4 different connections. 2 of those are full-sized USB-A connections. Both of those are quick charge smart ports that'll quickly charge your devices. And there are 2 USB-C connections as well, which use the PD standard or power delivery standard to quickly and safely charge any device that's got a PD compatibility. And the big difference again between this unit and most other units is both of those USB-C ports are 100 watts, which means you can directly charge larger tablets, game consoles. You can charge your laptop if you bring that along with you. Most other portable power stations only provide 30 watts, 45 watts, or 65 watts. So knowing I've got 100 watts of output means there's nothing out there I can't connect to this and directly charge it. So all those things together really put the R600 above most other units you may be considering. And they're important things to remember when you're comparing this unit against others you may be thinking about as a possible option. So that's all I really had for today. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I love talking about this technology, and I'll be back again. So thanks for watching, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.